Hollywood. My name is Jerry Newman. I'm the new chair of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to Hollywood today and to the ceremony for the creator of many of my nightmares, the legendary director, John Carpenter. For over 60 years, the Hollywood Chamber has proudly brought the luminaries of entertainment out to you for this Walk of Fame ceremony. And it is my pleasure to welcome you here today for John Carpenter.
Look at that. I'm such a nerd. I see Nick Castle right here. If you don't know, Nick Castle is the original Shape, Michael Myers from the original Halloween film. I was looking for him specifically. There he is.
Star ceremony, and to welcome people around the world to join us for that same enterprise. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Hollywood Chamber CEO and President, Mr. Steve Nissen. Take it away, Steve.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? All right. Audience participation is welcome. As Jerry Newman said, my name is Steve Nissen. I'm President and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Let's give an extra special hand to Jerry Newman because, as he said, he is the new chair of our board of the Hollywood Chamber. This is his very first Walk of Fame that he presides over. Jerry Newman.
Wow, what a hell of a first one.
That doesn't mean you're getting a star. We just get recognition. All right, first, a big shout out to our fans around the world who are watching on live stream, courtesy of our...
Yeah, I'm a little bit late. I'm a little bit late, but also I think you're a little bit late too, because how is John Carpenter getting a Hollywood Walk of Fame only now? I always figured he already had one. The fact that he's just getting it is crazy to me.
Our media partner.
You got to think of all the freaking cinematic masterpieces this man has released. Halloween, which is arguably one of the best seasonal holiday films for Halloween in general. Just an amazing slasher film. The Fog, phenomenal. Christine, The Thing, another phenomenal John Carpenter film. He's in my personal opinion, he's my personal favorite horror director of all time, genre director. And also, remember They Live? Nobody talks about that one. In the Mouth of Madness, The Prince of Darkness.
Variety. Yes. We're also in front of one of the most iconic hotels in the world, the Hollywood Roosevelt, which is the site of the very first Oscar. It wasn't called Oscar then, but the Academy Awards, 1927. They started right here at the Hollywood Roosevelt. So thank you, everybody on staff at the Hollywood Roosevelt, for accommodating us and allowing us to occupy your sidewalk for this important ceremony. The Hollywood Walk of Fame recognizes achievement in the categories of motion pictures, radio, live theater, live performance, sports entertainment, recording, and television. Today, in the category of motion pictures, we honor John Carpenter.
Yeah, no shit. How is this just happening? Kurt Russell.
John will receive star number 2,806 on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, before we invite our speakers to the stage, let me tell you a little bit about our honoree. As Jerry said, he is the source of many of our nightmares. Few filmmakers have had as galvanizing and...
I'll tell you what, Halloween scared me. I remember I bought it back in 2007. That's when I first saw the original Halloween. It was in 2007. We were moving out here to Ohio, and we had a portable DVD player. And we literally just bought the DVD. My dad was like, "Have you seen Halloween?" Because I was just getting into horror films. And or at least trying to introduce myself to more horror films. I have already seen like Friday the 13th. I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw Child's Play. I mean, Halloween was just one of those ones I had never seen before. So he grabbed me the DVD because they had just released, I can't remember if it was the 25th or 30th anniversary edition. I think it was the 30th anniversary edition. He went into the store, grabbed it for me, brought me the DVD. I had yet to watch it in the car. We had like a week's drive, and I just decided not to watch it that entire time. But we finally, after a week of driving, got to Ohio, and I went into my grandma's room, and I laid on her bed, and I put it in the portable DVD player, and I started playing it. And the opening song, the main title theme, scared me, and I turned it off. The da na 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 na, and with the pumpkin getting closer, it freaked me out too much. I decided to turn it off. So I remember my introduction into that, and maybe The Thing, when I first saw it, gave me a couple nightmares. Genuinely, like the creatures when they're splitting apart and they're screaming, freaked me out.
During an impact on cinema as John Carpenter. As director, writer, producer, and composer, John has brought to the screen some of the most popular, influential, and frightening films in history.
True.
Starting out with his 1978 breakthrough, well, I haven't even said the name yet.
I'm right there.
You can all shout it out when I say a low-budget horror film called Halloween, which shook both moviegoers and the film industry with a frightening force that continues nearly 50 years later.
Crazy.
John's horror films also include The Thing,
Yeah.
The Fog,
Yep.
Christine, and In the Mouth of Madness.
Many more.
These have made him into the modern master of the genre, though his flair for action, suspense, mystery, and comedy have been on considerable display in a remarkable range of now
Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, you gotta acknowledge he's not just a genre director. He's directed other films too, and he's done a masterful job. Escape from New York is like literally one of the best action movies I've ever seen in my life.
classic films, which include the Oscar-nominated Starman,
Have yet to see Starman.
the hard-driving action of Assault on Precinct 13,
Have yet to see that one.
Escape from New York,
Everybody lost it, yeah.
Escape from L.A.,
Have yet to see that one.
but who would want to do that? Vampires,
Yep, vampires.
Ghosts of Mars,
Haven't seen that one.
science fiction thrillers Village of the Damned,
Yep, seen that. Yep, pretty good.
and the cult classic action comedies Big Trouble in Little China and They Live.
Oh,
You know, the great thing
So
about
good.
these titles is the films are so indelibly etched in our memories. It's almost scary and creepy to mention the names. It's amazing.
you're
John's
right.
iconic 1978 score for Halloween not only frightened audiences, but influenced an entire generation of composers.
Yeah,
It also began his career as a composer, which has included Lost Themes, 3 widely acclaimed albums of non-soundtrack music, as well as 2 albums called Anthology that include his inimitable film music. I've never had to say inimitable in one of these ceremonies. I'm glad I pronounced.
if I'm not mistaken, pretty confident John Carpenter just announced he is going to be composing Bong Joon-ho's next movie, which Bong Joon-ho is another masterful director. I highly recommend Parasite if no one has seen Parasite from 2019, I want to believe. I think it won Best Picture. It did win Best Picture. Amazing film. Bong Joon-ho is a master. John Carpenter directing it. Not directing. Oh my God. Doing the score is going to be fucking phenomenal.
It. Through Hollywood-based Storm King Productions, founded and run by John's wife and co-producer, Sandy King.
Yep.
John contributes to Storm King Comics, an acclaimed line of comics and graphic novels that feature horror, science fiction, adventure, and suspense stories for all ages with imprints that bear the John Carpenter name.
Wow.
Born in Carthage, New York, and raised in Bowling Green, Kentucky, John found greener pastures and moved to Los Angeles and attended the University of Southern California's School of Cinema, fight on, where, no USC fans? Okay. Where he directed his first theatrically released feature film, the 1975 science fiction comedy Dark Star.
Have not seen that one.
In 2007, Western Kentucky University bestowed an honorary doctorate on Mr. Carpenter, but this is his home. John has been a resident of Hollywood for more than 50 years. John, who received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the LA Film Critics Association earlier this year, supports a wide range of charities and is really an engaged citizen with respect to nonprofit organizations. They include the Best Friends Animal Society, ASPCA, St. Jude's, the Southern Poverty Law Center, and the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. So he brings it on stage, on film.
By the way, I'm okay with listening to all of this because it's actually kind of fascinating to learn his accomplishments. I think that's like just one of the biggest parts of the process of getting the Hollywood Walk of Fame is just going through everything this guy has accomplished within his life. And he's accomplished a lot. He should be absolutely proud of where he is right now.
And he brings it in real life.
I know there are people out there who think that this is not a big deal. I know people like to make fun of Hollywood for doing things like this and being like, you know, it's just a star or whatever. But I think you got to also keep in mind, too, that these are people just like us who have worked hard for where they are. And this is what I think anybody would want to strive to be and strive to do if they were in Hollywood, would be just to try to make a name for yourself and just do the work that you love to do. And if you get honored for it, great. That's amazing. And I think it's a really genuinely cool thing to see John getting that acknowledgement finally, because I'm just shocked that this is now only happening in the year of 2025. This guy has been on the planet for like forever, and he's been just out there doing this stuff, and now he's getting one. That's crazy to me. Godzilla, the character Godzilla, got one before him.
Now, before we bring you on stage, John, we have three friends who would like to say a few words about you. Now, we're switching up the order a little bit, so give me a moment. Our first speaker is a master of special effects and filmmaking, driven by an unwavering passion for the art of horror and practical effects. Yes, you. Over the past 3 decades, he has built an impressive career as a director, producer, and makeup effects creator.
Nice.
Working with some of the most influential filmmakers in the industry, best known for his work as executive producer, director, and special makeup effects creator on The Walking Dead.
Ooh, big
More
name.
nightmares. He has helped shape one of television's most successful and visually groundbreaking series. His collaborations with John Carpenter include Village of the Damned and Ghosts of Mars, reinforcing his reputation for crafting gruesome yet innovative effects. Please welcome to the stage, Greg Nicotero.
Forgive me really quick. I just want to do a little bit of He looks insanely familiar. Like I've seen him in a movie before. Like an actor. I feel like I've seen him as an actor. Yeah, he's been in 25 movies. Okay, he was a walker. Have I seen him? He was in The Hills Have Eyes. That might be Bridgekeeper Zombie, guy in the gas station. He was the evil hand from Evil Dead 2. That's epic. That face is just so recognizable. I feel like I've seen him in so many. Oh, he's doing the makeup for Twilight of the Dead. George A. Romero's last script. Looking forward to that one. Brad Anderson's going to be directing. Nice. Makeup department. The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead. Watchmen. I think that's the TV series that came out. Suicide Squad. He did the Killer Croc makeup. Texas Chainsaw. Hitchcock. Django Unchained. Wow, he's worked on a bunch of stuff. This guy must have Oscar nominations, right? Won 4 primetime Emmys. Pretty freaking epic.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Wow. Dr. Carpenter, that was a new one. I didn't know you were a fucking doctor. That's awesome. How great is that? So I'm going to start with saying everything that I'm going to say, John's going to hate. So let's just get that out of the way right now. John and I share many, many things in common. We both love Godzilla. Right? There's a Godzilla around here someplace.
There is, yeah.
We love playing music, and we love scaring the hell out of people.
So John probably thinks it's cool as hell that Godzilla got a Hollywood Star Walk of Fame. Hollywood Star on the Walk of Fame. Yeah, Hollywood Star on the Walk of Fame. Yeah.
It shouldn't be a surprise that we've been friends for around 30 years.
Nice.
So
That's fucking epic. The cards are from like the movie They Live, where you put on the glasses and you see what they see. I fucking love that. Obey.
So knowing John the way
That's so
I do,
epic.
after we've been in the trenches together on about a dozen films, the one thing I can tell you is John would rather hear about you than talk about himself. He prefers not to be put on a pedestal or showered with praise. Yet it's about time. He deserves a little bit of that.
I agree.
So whatever I say, oops, I just read the same one again. With his films, John jokes that he wants infinite mortality, but the truth is, he doesn't realize he already has it. That's John Carpenter. Look, he has his own signature music sting. In every movie, it's pew! That's John Carpenter. And then you have the signature John Carpenter camera wipe accompanied with pew! And you know it's John Carpenter. I'm honored to be here and celebrate a man who just loves making movies, writing, directing, composing, acting. Yes, I think in The Fog, his line was to Hal Holbrook, "Hey, can I get paid, Father?" I mean, which I didn't even have to look that shit up. I remember. That's what a nerd I am. He's fought for his art. He's bled for it and continues to follow his dream to this day. And he deserves this day and this praise. He's
He really
altered
does.
the way that we watch movies, and today's about recognize his magnificent and unprecedented contribution to the film industry. And yes, it took me 3 days to write this. If I started naming the filmmakers that have been influenced by him, we would be here for a month because it's pretty much everybody in Hollywood. I could probably tell you the people that weren't influenced by John, but that would be kind of boring. And I couldn't find anybody. So, so it's with great pride that I'm here in great company with Kurt and Keith and Adrian and Clea and all these amazing people, all that I've worked with, Dean Cundy and Larry Franco, Mick Garris, paying tribute to my friend and my mentor. So I'm grateful to be here, and I think the one thing I want to hope is by the time this ends, we're finally going to find out if Keith David or Kurt Russell was the thing. So that's how we're going to end it. Congratulations, Sean. I love you to death. Thank you very much.
Everybody talks about that. Can I just appreciate the man back here with the They Live mask on?
Actress Julie Carmen. Actor Nick Castle.
Yeah.
Filmmaker Dean Cundy. Actress Clea Duvall. Director Mick Garris. Actor Dennis Dunn. Actress PJ Soul.
Oh, PJ Souls is here. Nice. It comes to the movie Halloween. I just know.
And last but not least, actually one of my former neighbors, a rocker and a Hall of Famer himself, Slash.
Oh, is he? Yeah, he is. I didn't recognize him. He normally has that hat on. Didn't even recognize him.
Our next speaker is a classically trained actor known for his commanding presence and rich, resonant voice.
Is it Kurt Russell?
He's doing an aw shucks up there now. A 3-time Emmy winner with 6 nominations, as well as a Tony Award nominee. He's captivated audiences across film, television, and voice acting. A defining aspect of his career is his collaboration with director John Carpenter, where he delivered unforgettable performances in 2 cult classics, starring as Childs in The Thing bringing intensity to one of the most iconic sci-fi horror films of all time, and he then cemented his status as a genre favorite with his role in They Live.
Okay. Okay.
How many times have you all seen all these movies? Beyond his work with John, our next speaker has appeared in major films such as 21 Bridges, Crash, Platoon, Requiem for a Dream, and Remember Me, the Mahalia Jackson story, and many others. Please welcome to the stage, Keith David.
Looks like he's got it. I thought she's running up to help him really quick.
First, let me clear this up. It wasn't me. Okay? I believe that there are good movies, bad movies, and important movies. John
Definitely.
Carpenter, my friend, makes movies that are both good and important, and at times prophetic, which makes him not just one of the best directors of all time, but a visionary. I'm so happy to be a part of this celebration because John Carpenter gave me my first movie job ever in The Thing. And here we are, 40 years later, celebrating John and his timeless works as he gets his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Can we just get another John Carpenter movie? Can give us one last horror film or action movie, just one of the two, please? I'd love it. And bring back all these guys. I'm sure they'd do it.
Halloween, The Fog, They Live. People tell me all the time when I go to these, the Comic-Con things, that these are among their favorites, if not their most favorite.
Yeah?
I once had a teacher who would ask, do you know when you're in the presence of something beautiful? Well, when working with JC in the cast of The Thing, I knew I was in the presence of something beautiful. I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. It was beautiful not just because of the end result, but because of the process that John uses to get us there. John has the ability to understand and communicate what we as actors need, and that only enhances each actor's performance. And while being on set with John is work, mostly it was fun, and I'd work with him again anywhere, anytime.
What's that quote? Is it really work if you're having fun doing what you're doing? Isn't that what the quote is?
Congratulations, my friend. Thank you for setting the bar so high and including me in this journey. And this honor is so well-deserved and well-earned. Thank you.
Epic, man. Good job. Good shit.
All right, last but not least, our next speaker is a prominent actor whose career spans over 6 decades. And he's only 25 years old, so marked by a blend of action, adventure, comedy, and drama. His career started as a child with the Disney film The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes. Sorry. 10 years before that. As he transitioned into adult roles, he found success in television with his Emmy-nominated portrayal of Elvis Presley in Elvis,
I have not seen him as Elvis yet.
directed by our honoree, John Carpenter. This collaboration led to some of his most iconic roles, including the anti-hero Snake Plissken in Escape from New York and his sequel, Escape from L.A., as well as starring in John's sci-fi horror classic, The Thing, and cult favorite, Big Trouble in Little China.
So many classics.
But he's been in a few other films as well. Tombstone, Breakdown, Overboard, Miracle, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, The Christmas Chronicles.
He's been in a
Please
lot.
welcome to the stage another Walk of Famer in his own right, Kurt Russell.
Big name, big name. It's really cool. I'm so happy to see Kurt Russell actually show up to this. I mean, Kurt would not be where he is status-wise if it wasn't for John Carpenter. I mean, there's just no getting around it. The guy's career, him working and him collaborating with John Carpenter is like Leonardo DiCaprio with Martin Scorsese.
Now, this is kind of terrifying because the one thing I don't like to do is let John Carpenter down, so I should have figured a way to not follow Keith. Didn't do that. Okay, before I say a few words, just a quick little story because it'll come back to play. Maybe give you an idea of the relationship between myself and John. We'd already done a couple of movies together. We'd done Elvis and we'd done Escape from New York and I don't know. And then we went, and the next thing, John was doing The Thing. And he was kind of going back and forth on casting ideas. And he was already shooting with Larry. They were up in Alaska, and they were doing some second unit stuff. And he called me on the phone. We got together. We were just talking about the show. And he said, yeah, I'm having a tough time with this because I'm going to show you something. He showed me the film. He said, you see the problem? I said, no, that's great. What is it? He said, well, everybody's, dressed for the cold, and they're completely covered up. Can't really, I don't know one from the other. I got like 9 guys, and I'm not sure. He said, I need somebody to hang my hat on. He started talking about the character of McCready, and anyway, I ended up playing it. So now I got to go to wardrobe. And I go to wardrobe, and I'm still trying to figure some things out, and I see what they've got. It's, it looks good, but I keep noticing this ridiculously large sombrero over in the corner. And I kind of looking at it, and finally I said to the wardrobe gal, I said, what's the deal with the sombrero? She said, oh, that's your hat. I'm not wearing that hat. That's insane. That's a hat wearing a man. I'm in a helicopter. It won't even fit. There's no possible way. John walks in the room and he goes, hey. And I kind of, hey, man. Pointed to the sombrero and he went, it's going to be great, man. He was right. If I had $1 for everybody who's come up to me and said, hey, your sombrero, man, I'd have more money than I made on the movie. I'll tell you that. I suppose the single most accurate accolade that quickly comes to my mind today that describes John Carpenter receiving this.
That's why a lot of actors put trust into their directors, because sometimes they come up with these ideas, and though they may not sound like the most ideal thing, just go with it, because you never know. There might be a reason why he's telling you that, like, hey, this sombrero, trust me, it's going to work, and try it. And
this particular honor of a star embedded with his name on Hollywood's Walk of Fame is how totally deserving of that honor John is. There are very, very few directors whose signature is so clearly and instantly stamped upon a film that within 30 seconds of viewing it, the informed watcher can boldly and confidently say out loud, oh, that's directed by so-and-so. Well, John Carpenter is one of those rare, very few so-and-sos. A John Carpenter film is exactly that. It's John Carpenter's. He so often created the concept, the whole idea for the movie. He wrote it, directed it, produced it, wrote and performed the music for it. He built lenses, used new and innovative cameras and techniques that truly created cinematic change, etc., etc. Of course, he cast it, edited it. Now, an actor is always grateful for the opportunity to work with directors whose work they've witnessed and admired, especially if that director's work has been witnessed and admired by very large audiences, as well as official cinema aficionados, let's call them. But that doesn't always happen at the same time. A huge audience and the accolades, the recognition. In some cases, in terms of appreciation, the audience can be far, far ahead of some of those aficionados, and in some cases, for very, very various reasons, might be the other way around. They love it, but not that many people get to see it right away. Thank God for video. But with film, The advent of time itself has a very interesting and organic way of allowing the cream to rise to the top. And either way it's discovered, that test of time is undeniably a dominant factor in the overall evaluation and level of appreciation of any career. And when it comes to John Carpenter's career, that test of time has resulted in a very, very large bucket full of cream. And it was churned by the hands of John Carpenter. Obviously, an actor should and would be grateful for the opportunity to work with that director, that filmmaker. But to get that opportunity 5 times and have as much fun as we had with all of you, well, that actor should be inducted into the Lucky Hall of Fame. That would be me.
Wow.
So, John, on a very personal note, I'd just like to say thank you for the many opportunities you provided for me that nobody else would have, and the opportunities to act and just be a part of a John Carpenter film. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, and congratulations on today. So I'm going to leave this with you guys pondering that all the way from the beautiful hills and country roads of Bowling Green, Kentucky to Hollywood's Walk of Fame, there's nobody more deserving, my friend, than John Carpenter. Thank you.
Wow. That was extremely sweet. I like how he got personal with him, like looked right at him and said, just, thank you so much. Like, you genuinely deserve this. That was heartwarming. That was heartwarming, especially coming from somebody who has had like a continuous career in today's society. I mean, the guy's still working today and is one of the most popular actors today.
Yeah, come on up. Get a head start.
There he is.
Come on down, sir. Oh, I'm going to be up here. No. Can't get rid of me. Go over there. Get out of my way.
Wait. Thank you, Kurt, Keith, Greg, and I forgot. I'm dealing with a director. He's telling me what to do, but that's not in the script.
Go. Out of the way.
Well, we have a few more things. We have a special presentation for you, and then we'll get to the moment we've all been waiting for. So, 2,805 stars have preceded you. Stars of creativity and genius and innovation. But there's only one John Carpenter. And you will get star number 2,806 in just a moment to add to this amazing pantheon. So this really is a street of dreams, but it's also a real place in the city of Los Angeles. And while the Chamber of Commerce administers this on behalf of the city, we're proud to have the city present you with a resolution courtesy of our council member, Hugo Soto Martinez. So, Council Member Soto Martinez, come on up. This is a photo op.
Yes, sir. We'll do this quick. Please.
Thank you so much, and good morning, everyone. I just want to thank Steve and Jerry from the Hollywood Chamber, our very wonderful special guests here today, and of course the legend.
Wow, it seems like John might be he was like ready to get up there and start talking, so he probably doesn't like having to stand up for too long. Makes sense. I mean, that's probably why he's kind of trying to rush him. It's like, hey, I gotta do this. I'm gonna do it really quick.
Himself, John Carpenter, and so give him a round of applause. As a council member of this district, I think it's really important to recognize folks, but since we want to move along, I just want to give John, on behalf of the city of Los Angeles, a recognition for all his amazing work that he's done. And so on behalf of the city of Los Angeles, congratulations on becoming a legend on the Hollywood Star.
Wow, it's very, very huge.
Who wants to
Swear
carry
it's
this?
one more thing.
Would you get going, please?
Son of a bitch! Punches him. Get out of here.
All right, Director Carpenter said, would you get going already? So, on behalf of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, it is my honor and pleasure to declare today John Carpenter Day in Hollywood!
Yeah, baby.
John Carpenter Day in Hollywood? Holy shit.
Thank you very much. In 1968, I was a skinny kid from Bowling Green, Kentucky, walking these streets. I was looking for a career in Hollywood. Well, I found my career, and today I have found Hollywood. Thank
Big
you
deal.
so much to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for this place on this sacred boulevard where people and dogs can pee on me at any time. Thank you very much, guys. Let's have lunch.
Yeah.
Well, that's not all people do on the stars on Hollywood Boulevard, but 10 million visitors a year come here, and now they'll get to see star number 2,806 with John Carpenter.
Then they all got to take a photo.
Show business. Show business. Here we are.
He's just looking everywhere. Everybody else is smiling.
Can we count it down? Yeah. Count it down. 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Very good.
There's something great about watching this, though. Finally getting the respect and due he's deserved. This long! 2025, what the fuck? Everyone taking pictures of him. Alright, is that the entirety of this? I think they're just taking pictures now. Nice. Okay, so that was John Carpenter's Walk of Fame ceremony. Pretty fucking cool. I actually really appreciated hearing his story, and I appreciated hearing everything the guy's gone through and what he's accomplished in his life. Love seeing people from his films support him. I love this. I mean, this is, as a big fan of the guy, this is truly something to behold. I always thought he had one. I really did. I was sitting here thinking, no, he's always had one. And then, nope. This is his. He just got it. He just got it. So big congratulations to John Carpenter. All right, I thought this would be kind of a cool little side thing to do, to react to this. If Carpenter didn't have one, does Wes Craven have one? I feel like Wes Craven has one, right? Wes Craven has one. Does Wes Craven have a star on the Walk of Fame? Wes Craven does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame either. Where is the love for the horror directors? And no disrespect to Godzilla, by the way. I know people are probably going to lose their minds. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next one. Do take care.
Fake strong.